Hello. I had several people ask about the medical testing section in 2.2, so I wanted to go ahead and run through an example. Hopefully an extra video will be helpful. In this example, a certain genetic condition affects 5% of the population in a city of 10,000. So we know our total population in the bottom right-hand corner of our chart is 10,000. Suppose there's a test for the condition that has an error rate of 1%, meaning there's 1% false negative and 1% false positive. Complete the table. So the first piece of information that we have, and I'll turn my calculator on here and clear everything out. The first piece of information we have is that 5% of the population is affected. So that means out of our 10,000, 5%, which we change to 0.05, is affected, so we multiply that and we get 500. So 500 people are the total positive. Whether they test negative or positive, they're listed under positive. Now we know that we have a 1% error rate. So if there is 1% false negative, that means that they tested negative, but they're actually positive. So out of all the people that are positive, 1% of those test negative. So I take the 500 that I got before and divide by, or actually multiply by 0.01. And that gives me 5. So I have 5 here that are false negatives. As we move through this chart, we can find the missing pieces once we have 2 in a row or 2 in a column. So in this case, I have 500 that are total positive, and then the true positives would be 500 minus the 5. So here I know I can put 495. And here we had 10,000 as our total population, 500 are positive. That means 9,500 are negative. So we filled in 5 of our pieces here. The next thing we know is that we have a 1% false positive. That means they tested positive, but they were actually negative. So that's going to go in this box right here. So out of the 9,500, 1% are false positive. So again, we type in 9500, we multiply by 0.01. That gives me 95. And I can subtract here to give me 9. Let's see, what do I have here? 9405. At this point, all we do is add across. So I have 9410 here. Oh, get the box there, 9410. And then here I have 0, 1. That gives me 590. I like to check at the very end and make sure that that bottom or that last column adds up. So I would do 590 plus 9410. That's one way just to double check. And that gave me the 10,000 that I started with. So that all works out. So hopefully this gives you a little insight into that type of question and maybe a little extra help. So I have reopened 2.2 through the weekend. If you have other questions, please email me and I'll be happy to help.